and I noticed it was $5 off. And then when I was back there, it actually swapped in front of me.
Walmart becoming the latest retailer to announce plans to replace its physical in-store price stickers with electronic shelf labels in its aisles. While the digitized shelves will allow stores to provide more details to shoppers, it also gives them the ability to change prices as often as every 10 seconds.
Welcome back to the Common Sense Show, and thank you for finding this video. To all the real ones out there who realize that no one's coming to save them, I'm Micah, 20-year veteran, entrepreneur, executive, and I am excited to talk about dynamic pricing in Walmart's digital tags. By the end of 2026, Walmart has sworn that they're going to replace the paper price tags that you see on every shelf in their retail stores with the little digital shelf labels, the little e-ink tags that look like Kindles. They have like the same screen as a Kindle. Here's the kicker. These little digital price tags can update the price for every product on the shelf in minutes. So instead of having one of their associates go around and swap out all the paper tags, they can literally just boom, click something and the price has changed already. Now, Walmart has sworn up and down, hand to God, on their mother's grave, that they are not going to use this for surge pricing.
Walmart has already come out and said they're not going to do dynamic prices.
So surge pricing and dynamic pricing, they claim is not going to happen. There's a senator in New Mexico that introduced the Stop Price Gouging in Grocery Stores Act, which is basically to try to put a halt to the fact that Walmart or maybe any other retailer can surge price based off of the busyness of the store and make things a little bit more expensive. But I want to give you just a little primer on what surge pricing is and why should you care. So today we're answering 3 questions. 1, what is dynamic pricing? 2, can Walmart really change the pricing on you while you're standing in the checkout aisle? And 3, what do you do about this before this becomes a new normal? Make sure you hit subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's answer the first question first. What is dynamic pricing? Dynamic pricing isn't really a new idea, and you've been living with it for some time. If you've ever taken an Uber, if you've ever tried to search for airplane tickets, and you looked at a website 100 times a day, and even hotels as well, and you've left the browser, come back, and the price has changed, or you went to do an Uber, you tried to book the Uber at, let's say 3 p.m. and then you went back at 6 p.m. and the price was significantly higher. You've experienced what's called dynamic pricing or surge pricing. That's when the price changes based off of the expected demand of the time and how many people are actually using the service or the app or whatever it is that you're using, you're trying to book through. Okay, so let's answer the second question. Can Walmart really change the pricing on you when you're in the aisle waiting to check out? Now, imagine the same logic like I just talked about with Uber, hotels, and airlines. Walmart, let's say there's a storm coming, you need breads, eggs, and milk, the similar staple to everybody needs during like a hurricane, right? Let's say that there is some sort of heat wave coming up. You could theoretically be online, go and check the price for water, and it could be, let's say, like $3 or $4. And then when you get into the store, that price has jumped up to about $7 or $6.50. So them putting the digital tags on the aisles does give them the chance to be able to actually do this. That's where people are concerned about this. And it's not just lawmakers that are worried about it. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has been actively examining how data-driven pricing models could impact consumers. So they're monitoring this closely as well. So could they do it? Technically, they could do it. But Walmart claims that if they raise the price or change the price, they're changing it for everyone and not just for one person. See, here's the problem. The problem is that we live in a litigious society. And if a person believes that they're the one being targeted by pricing, Walmart's going to have a problem on their hands. The third question is, what can you do about it? Well, the first thing you should do is you should use your phone to your advantage. Take a picture of the price of the item when you first took it off the shelf so you can confirm what the shelf label said when you grabbed it off the shelf. Make sure you put your hand in the picture. The second thing that you can do is check your receipt. Make sure that before you leave the store that what you took a picture of as the price related to the item is still that item when you're checking out at a Walmart. The third thing that you should do is shop the perimeter. Dynamic pricing is likely going to be fluctuate a lot more with items that are, shall we say, dynamic, that people tend to buy a lot of. So just be careful about what you buy. The more stable items that you'll see will probably fluctuate less than items that tend to go faster. Number 4, you should know your prices. Before you even walk into the Walmart, you should have an idea of what you're spending and how much the item costs, because if it's being advertised online for a certain price and it says in store, you should be able to find that price in store. And number 5, you should diversify. Diversify where you buy your items, because that's going to put Walmart wants everybody to shop for everything at Walmart. But if you shop for some things at Walmart and other things at other places, then what you're going to end up with is the ability to put pressure on them to not change prices as frequently. Let's take a look at some people who have spotted these new digital tags in Walmart and what they think about it.
Hey guys, check this out. This is what Walmart has done. They've replaced all the paper tags to these things. Check this out. These are digital tags that change like throughout the course of the day, so they can actually change the prices as when it's busier, they'll raise the prices. When it's slower, they'll lower the prices, or vice versa. I don't know what their whole system is, their whole program is. What I do know is the prices can be changed digitally now. Check these tags out. Remember, it used to be the paper tags, right? Just regular paper, plastic, or whatever. Check these out. All right, so for instance, you have these Farm Rich. I know yesterday I was here, they were $6.48. So I don't know when they changed it, but they did. Check this out. It's like a little scanner now. And all of the products. This is what they were busy doing, remodeling late last year, like hundreds of stores. And they're doing them with all the stores. And I think Kroger's doing this too now. But check this out. They're all the same. They have these little scanner things, and then they can digitally change. Right here, they can digitally change the number. Is your Walmart doing this? If they are, you know they're ripping us off even more than they always do.
So Walmart claims that they're not changing prices day by day. That could always change. I do know that there are some quick service restaurants, like fast food places, that have done dynamic menus where the price changes throughout the day as well. So it's not too far-fetched to think that a company like Walmart and their level of sophistication when it comes to operating would not be able to actually change the prices of the products on their shelves overnight as well. Now, this guy said that yesterday he checked the price and the price was about 40 cents different or 20 cents different. I could see them doing that overnight at any point in time because it is digital. Now, Walmart says that they're not going to, for instance, algorithmically change it to benefit the store. However, I'm sure there is a program running that automatically changes it, perhaps day by day, so it doesn't exactly stay the same if a specific product, for instance, happens to be popular one day to the next. So from my perspective, they can go into surge pricing. It's something to watch out for. Make sure you're actually paying attention and you know the prices. Like one of the benefits of having smartphones that you can capture a lot of stuff from day to day, right?
I thought I would see the day, but it's finally here, unfortunately. So you see these little tags? This is what they call dynamic pricing or digital pricing. That's when you see these. Horrible. I'm really sad. Because basically what it means is that you can come here, see, oh, it's $128. And then when you go to the register, it could be a completely different price. A lot of companies have...
Let me clarify. It is not called dynamic pricing to just have a digital price tag. Dynamic pricing relates to the act of changing the price to meet surge demands because something is more popular and certain things may be more scarce. So if Walmart, by virtue of them understanding quantity, the relationship of the quantity of the products left on the shelf to the price that they're selling it per unit, if they have a system that can read, for instance, that a lot of their product has gone at a faster clip due to maybe time of year and there's less quantity left, dynamic pricing would state that they could surge the price up due to its popularity and a split kind of like part of time, like hour to hour or day by day, whatever, and make it more expensive because the demand is a little bit higher. But just simply having a digital price tag does not directly relate to dynamic. It is not surge or dynamic pricing in and of itself. The act of dynamic and surge pricing comes because a company has more controllability over a digital tag.
I've admitted that what they do is they can use the information off your phone, like some ping or something like that. I'm not super technical. Anyways, they can get information off of your phone and basically find out what you can afford and jack up the price a little bit and just figure out what they can sell it to you for.
I'm not sold that Walmart can go into your phone and figure out what you can afford. That sounds like consumer fairy tale right now. Does it mean that they can't look at your purchase history if you have the app downloaded on your phone and tell what you've purchased before because you're like logged into the app and you're in the store? A lot of stores can tell that you're in their store by the location feature of their app, and then they can check your purchase history, et cetera, but they can't see how much you can afford. That's not even sane.
Basically, possibly giving you a higher price versus somebody else, which is literally so dystopian in my opinion. Like, that's so crazy that I can come here and get cat food for 96 cents because, oh, that's what they wanted to sell it to me for, but Sally gets it for, let's say, I don't know, like 80 cents.
It's not changing person to person.
It's crazy. And then it may not seem like a lot right now, but it adds up over time. So it's just so crazy that the dynamic pricing and the digital pricing is literally here at Walmart. Like, I almost don't want to shop right now. It's crazy.
That's crazy talk.
It's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk. Sorry.
So she's using dynamic pricing and digital pricing interchangeably, and they're not, as I explained. If it was true, yeah, it would be dystopian, but I don't believe it to be true that they're changing it person to person. That would be something from like the Truman Show. Have you ever seen the Truman Show with Jim Carrey? That's kind of like that, right?
I'm ready to go now. Why wait? Early bird gathers no moss. Rolling stone catches the worm, right?
What are you doing?
Where shall we go?
Truman, where are we
I don't
going?
really know. I guess I'm being spontaneous. Somebody help me! I'm being spontaneous!
Truman?
I think it's more likely that they're changing the pricing across the entire store day by day, intraday, or eventually they could probably grow into surge pricing where they can change the prices across the store within an hour or less. But person to person is probably not happening. I'm just being honest with you.
That is a digital price tag. I seen one change on the other aisle. I was trying to sit there and see if I found one where it's on sale because I was getting hamburger meat and I noticed it was $5 off. And then when I was back there, it actually swapped in front of me. But yeah, like that is a digital price tag. It sits on that little rail right there. They could change it, I guess, due to demand. I've seen these online, but I'm not a big fan of them being able to change the price while you're in here on things like toilet paper and stuff just because there's a storm coming.
Yeah, that's crazy for them to change it. To me, that's where the ethics begins morality right there, where changing pricing for storms should not be legal. That's price gouging, and that should be fundamentally looked at by the FTC and, local legislators. But, I mean, there are some ways to kind of combat this. I'm going to give you some in a minute, but yeah, I mean, dynamic pricing is real and it's happening, and you're already kind of paying for it in other ways across the board. You're probably used to it in some apps, but obviously not with retail and not with your food. Can I see other retail establishments going this way and doing this? It's going to happen. It's going to happen with your fast food because I've already heard about this offline, kind of what's in other spaces that I'm in. And then it's going to happen with more retail shops. They're probably looking to Walmart as the model to see how people undertake it. So I have some final thoughts. All right. So here's the conclusion that I come up to. So here's the common sense takeaway. Technically, Walmart is not doing anything illegal, especially if they're changing the prices across the board. However, there's some argument that can be made that Walmart is technically doing things, or they could technically do things that are unethical. But they're doing what every corporation does. The first thing that they're doing is they're trying to extract the most profit where they can and to become more efficient. It's not like the associates who were changing price tags previously weren't changing them up or down. They were, but now the digital price tags lets them change the price tag in minutes versus changing the price tags in hours, right? So now it happens a lot faster. So what do you think? Have you seen these digital price tags in your local Walmart? Let me know in the comment section. And what are your feelings? Do you think it's unethical? Do you think it's immoral for them to change prices like that, especially if they claim that they're doing it for across the board on everywhere on everything? I don't know, but maybe they think it's just them being efficient. Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think about this. And do me a favor. If this video opened your eyes and if you liked it, please hit the like button. It shows YouTube that you like content like this. And, don't forget to check me out on the next one. All right. I'm Micah and I'm out of here.